Hello, everyone. Just wanted to take a few moments to reach out and share a quick workout with you focused on legs. I realize that this is a difficult time for everyone, and just wanted to share in case that you can't get to your favorite yoga place. I'm here in Southern Maryland, but and unable to attend regular practice as well. But I am an instructor. I'm a little green, so bear with me. But I wanted to share this with you. So, pardon all the mistakes and whatnot. And let's become seated in the easy posture. Sitting on our tailbone with our legs crossed if that's comfortable. Palms are facing up, eyes are closed. Our head is over our heart and our heart is over our pelvis. We're going to reach with the crown of our head and creating length in our spine, creating space in each of those vertebrae. Just take a moment and figure out exactly where you're going to be the most comfortable, and then become stationary there. Now, here's just a quick couple of hints that you can do at your own pace. Taking deep inhalations, filling up your chest cavity and then your abdomen to the count of 4, and then holding that for a few moments and then releasing to the count of 4. So it'll go something like this. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Inhale through your mouth. No, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale, hold, exhale. Now just take just a few moments to become aware of your breath and letting yourself become an outside observer wherever you are. Maybe you're in a bedroom, or you're in your living room, or you're in a park like me. Just let your mind become still. Focus on your breathing, each inhalation, how it expands your chest, and then with each exhale, just focusing on the sound of your own breath, allowing your mind to become still and quiet. Not that we have to fight with it or anything along that line, just become quiet. Noticing perhaps the wind blowing across your face, moving your hair, or maybe it's just the gentle attention to the sunshine on your face, or if you're at home, how that feels, how your body feels at the current moment. Pardon me. Just become aware of the sensation of the air entering your body and exiting your body. Do a quick scan, noticing any areas that might be sticky, where you might have a little discomfort or might need your love and attention. And think about what you want this practice to mean to you. Maybe there's some intention that you would like to bring. Maybe it's for peace and harmony. This is a challenging time for us, and sometimes it helps us to take maybe changing our habits and looking to the positive and how this can make a huge beneficial impact in our lives. Once you have your intention for your practice, let's take our hands out wide overhead, and then placing our palms together, lowering those in front of our face, and then bringing to heart center. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, your arms out and wide, lengthening in your spine, and exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. One last time. Inhale and exhale. Now take your attention and let's just come over to the child's pose position. And I would say let's come up on our toes here and just bring some awareness to our feet, which sometimes are kind of left out of our practice. So inhale your arms out and up, and then lower your left hand to your mat, walking it out just a little bit further, lengthening with that right arm, and then laying it across the right side of your face against your ear. And then take your body and turn up, staring at your bicep. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat or to the ground, walking it out a little bit further, lengthening with that left hand, reaching, and then extending that over your left ear with your gaze turned up to the sky. Inhale, come back to center and reaching. Unfold those feet, lowering your body to the front side of your mat. Extending your arms out and then lowering your forehead and abdomen down on that mat. Feeling that gentle lengthening of your spine here. Try to breathe into this space, creating more space. And you can walk your hands with your next inhale over to your left side of your mat. And if you would like a deeper stretch, place your right palm on top of your left hand. And then begin to let the weight of your body come into the mat, wherever you're comfortable. Inhale, walk your hands back to center, and then walk them over to the right side of the mat, and lowering your forehead to the mat. You can place your left hand, if you did so, on the other side, and it feels comfortable. Breathe into that left side body, creating space in between each of those intercostal muscles. And then walk your hands back to center, and let's come up to tabletop position. Your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. We're going to inhale, dropping our belly and shining our chest to the front part of our mat. Gaze is up, creating length. And with each exhale, we're going to round, pushing away from our mat into our cat position, really pushing away. And then inhale, coming forward, dropping the belly, reaching the hips up to the sky, along with the front part of your chest. Exhale, rounding, coming into that cat position, creating length in that spine. And then let's inhale and come back to neutral. Uncurl our toes here and come back into our first down dog position. Let's walk out those heels, like lifting the right heel and pressing into our left heel. Breathing here. Next inhale, let's alternate those, raising the left heel, pressing into our right. And when we're in this position, it helps to cup our fingers. That takes some of the pressure off of our wrists. And then push away from your mat with your right hands. Let your head hang heavy. Engage your core, bringing your navel up to your spine, and engage your quads. So you're reaching with your sacrum, pushing away from the front, reaching up to the sky. Now we're going to inhale, come up to our tippy toes, and this come into plank. And we're trying to create a plane here. Our gaze is just off of our mat. And then inhale, raise those hips and come back into down dog. Inhale, come up on those toes, come forward into plank again with that inhale. And exhale, reach with our hips and come back into down dog. One more time. Inhale, coming into plank. And exhale, raising those hips, coming back into down dog. Inhale together, come up on those toes, and then baby step your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, come to flat back here, and exhale, fold.
Now our goal here is to bring our abdomen to our thighs. So give a nice gentle bend. In theory, it's our first forward fold of the day. Utkatasana. Grab opposite elbows, maybe a gentle sway, whatever your body needs. Creating space and length. Maybe shake your head yes or no. Just a gentle first movement here. And with our next inhale, take your palms and walk them up the front of your thighs. Ooh, what's that? Me. Oh. Rolling your head, and your head comes up last. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky, and exhale, bring them to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, and exhale, fold forward. Maybe you still have that gentle fold in your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing your hands back on your mat, stepping back into plank. We're going to do our first chaturanga. So stay here. Inhale together and exhale. Lower halfway down. And inhale, bring yourself forward. Bring that chest up. Thighs are off of your mat. Feet are flat. And exhale, we're going to come back into down dog. Now inhale together. Come on up on your toes. Drop your knees. Gaze forward, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale together, arms out and open, reach to the sky, and exhale to heart center. Inhale, arms out and up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step back into plank. And chaturanga, exhaling down. Inhaling up dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, take that right heel up to the sky. And then we're going to stack our hips, bending our knee. We still have even pressure into both of our hands. Shoulders are level. Shoulders away from our ears. Hi, ladybug. And we are going to flipper dog, finding our right foot off of our mat, opening our chest to the sky. Inhale together, untwisting here, unraveling, bringing that right heel back up to the sky. Inhale, stepping forward into low lunge. Drop that left knee and curl those toes. And inhale, raising our arms out and up, coming into our low lunge, sinking into that hip, keeping our hips square, keeping rooted into that right foot. Inhale together, placing your hands back on the mat. Curl those toes on the left. And then start to bring your hips over, bringing your toes back towards your face, giving a nice stretch here. And that hamstring is where you should be feeling that. And inhale, walk your hand forward here. And curling your toes, bringing up that left knee. Step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. I don't know why my nose is itching so bad. Allergies, maybe? Inhale, reaching with that left heel up to the sky, stacking our hips and bending our knee. Stay here. And then we're going to lower, coming into a side plank, finding the earth with that left foot, and then opening our chest towards the sky. Inhale, coming back together, coming up on those right toes, reaching up to the sky once more, stepping through into low lunge. Drop that right knee and curl those toes. Inhale, arms out and up. Staying steady here.
Inhale together, finding the floor again. We're going to go back over that right ankle, bringing those toes back to our face. Our gaze is at our foot, stretching in those hamstrings. Inhale, walk forward, come up on those right toes, bring that right knee up, and step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Inhale together, bringing that right heel up to the sky. Exhale, bringing that knee to chest. Reaching back up to the sky on the inhale. Exhale, finding the ground over to the left. Coming over into toppling triangle. Find the mat again, bring that heel back and up. Stepping through into our low lunge. We're going to come up to high lunge. Now turning that left foot out just a little bit, coming into warrior two. Knee is over that right ankle. Palms are facing down, squeezing those shoulder blades back. Gaze is over that right hand. Inhale together, flipping this palm, finding our left thigh with our left hand, and coming back over, taking our gaze up, staying strong in our foundation. This is reverse warrior. Inhale together, bringing that right elbow down to right knee. Left arm then comes up, draping over our left side of the face. Now turn your gaze up to the sky. Here we want to create a plane from our left hand to our left ankle. Inhale, strong core, bring that right hand back, coming back into warrior two, straighten that right leg. And then take that right hand, reach and extend, and when you can't go any further, bring that right down to the ground and stack our shoulders. Bringing our gaze, you can either stay here if you're stable, gazing at the right foot, or take your gaze up to the left hand. Stacking our shoulders, strong on our feet, our foundation. Inhale, strong core, come back up. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down, pop that left heel, and then raise that right hand up to the sky into a revolved twist here. Inhale together, placing that hand down on the mat, stepping back into three-legged dog, placing that foot down on the ground, coming into plank, going to exhale, chaturanga, inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Inhale together, bringing that right heel up, left heel up to the sky, and then finding the mat on the other side, and coming around into toppling triangle. Place that right hand back on the mat, come up on those toes, come back into three-legged dog. Stepping forward, we're going to come into high lunge. Inhale those arms out and up. Now flipping that right heel, twisting to warrior two. Palms are down, gaze is forward. Make sure we're not caving in here on this leg. Stay strong, rooted down into both of those feet. Inhale, bringing our right palm, flipping our left palm, and bringing our gaze up. Inhale together, come back to warrior two. Then bring that left elbow down to the left knee and inhale that right arm across the right side of our face. Take our gaze down or have our gaze up. Inhale, come back up. And straighten that left leg. Extend with that left hand and then lower it down to our shin, our mat. And extend with that right hand up to the sky. Again, stacking our shoulders, really taking our torso and pulling it not pulling it or forcing it or anything like that, but turning it to the right side. Inhale together, track yourself over that, framing that left foot, placing down our right hand. We're going to open to the left side in a twist. Inhale together and exhale, step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Okay, let's fix this. Maybe I can cut that. I don't know. Okay, coming back into down dog. Let's go ahead and go back into inhaling and stepping forward with that right foot. We're going to come into warrior one. Inhale, reaching up with those arms, staying steady in those feet. We're going to exhale to warrior two. Inhale together, placing left hand. Exhale, bring that palm back over to reverse warrior. Come back into warrior two. And then straighten that right leg, reaching forward. Let's come into our triangle again. Inhale together, and then let's take our hands and start to step our way 2/3 of the way up. Place our hands on our hips, and then we're going to exhale, fold over that right leg. And make sure you have some space here. You want to create a center of gravity. If you're in a line, you won't be able to balance. So find your foundation, and then release over that right leg. Inhale together. Place your hands back down on your mat. Walk them a little bit forward. You start to bend that right knee, and then start to bring your weight to that right leg, straightening that right leg. We're going to come into a standing split. And then we are going to try to come into warrior three. Ooh. And then balancing, we're going to bring that left knee up. Hands are on our hips. Finding our tree posture. Ooh, hard to do. Too many trees, they're all watching. Coming into that tree posture. Okay, here. Inhale, reaching with our hands. Maybe our tree is shaking in the wind. And try to ground back with that, pressing against your leg for stability, pressing that hip open. That helps a little bit. Now inhale, bring your hands back to your hips, bring that leg out in front of you. And then we're going to reach our right hand up, reach back with our left hand, grabbing the inside of our palm, and start to come into dancing Shiva. Once you've found your foundation, start to press that top of the foot into your hand. Once you're stable, you can start to reach forward. Inhale together, and try to gently unwind, bringing that leg back out in front of you, placing it down on the ground. Now from here, we're going to take our right foot, place it on the left side. So our pinky toes are sort of touching in line with one another. Inhale your arms out and up, and then exhale, folding forward. Giving a nice IT band stretch here. Now with your hands down on the mat, walk your toes together, and then move your left foot in line on the opposite side. Inhale together, and then send your arms, and then flat back, extending over that leg again. giving a nice IT band stretch on the left side. Now, inhale and put your feet back in the proper position. Inhale halfway left, and then exhale, stepping back into plank and lowering down in chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale together. We're going to step that left foot forward, coming into warrior one. So kick that right foot out, and then grounding down in those feet, bringing those arms up for warrior one. Inhale together, come into warrior two. Straighten that left foot, extend with that left hand, and then lower it to the mat. Inhale with that right palm up towards the sky. Take your gaze to your right thumb or leave it on the ground. Inhale together, coming around, framing that left foot, step 2/3 of the way in. Bring your hands to your hips, halfway left, and exhale, gently fold over that left leg. Feeling that nice stretch. Inhale, walk your hands a little bit forward, start to bend in that left knee. Bring that right leg up behind you, straightening the left, and coming into a standing split on our left side. Inhale together, found your foundation here. Start to balance, coming into warrior two. Warrior three. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then start to transition into tree posture. Ooh. Not smoothly on my part, but I'm sure you're doing much better. Bringing this right hip back. Hands are at heart center. Inhale those arms out and up. Coming into a full expression of tree. I guess I should have told you could have started here, here, or here. Anyways, my apologies. So, coming out of this, let's bring our hands to our hips, bring our knee out in front of us, and we're going to raise our left arm up to the sky, reaching back with our right hand, grabbing the top of our right foot. We're going to start to press into that right foot. Once we have our balance, we can start to, if it's in our practice, lower down, lowering forward, dancing Shiva. Ooh. Release that gently to the floor. Inhale our arms out and up. Exhale to heart center. Now let's take a wide step coming to our mat. Toes are slightly facing in. We're going to inhale our arms out and up, and then exhale, placing them on our hip with a flat back, strong spine here. We're going to gently hinging at our waist. Take our gaze like we're staring into a puddle of water out in front of our mat. Lowering your hands down to your mat here. You can start to walk them back, perhaps, if it's in your practice, a little bit more in line with your toes, and start to release your head to your mat, letting your head hang freely, not to lose your balance here. Maybe walking it back a little bit further. And then let's inhale, bending that left foot, and start to walk our hands over to this side. Come back to neutral and go do the same on the right side. Inhale together, exhale, bending into that left knee. And let's go back to the right, do it here. Inhale, come back to get to neutral position. Place your hands on your hip with the flat back here and start to come up. Now heel toe your feet into one another. Inhale our arms out and up. Exhale to heart center. Let's move to the back of our mat. And bring your feet as wide as your mat. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale. Let's come into the squat position. Feet should be flat on our mat. Bring your elbows on the inside of your knees. Hands pressing to one another. Feeling the gentle expansion of our lower back. Gazes forward. Now this is an optional pose. I'm going to talk you through it. This is crow. So coming forward here, placing your hands out in front of you about 6 to 10 inches. You're going to bring your hips up, coming up to your toes. Bring your knees either on the inside, as far up as you can. Start to bring your weight on the backs of your biceps. Your gaze is forward. Coming up here, and it's really more of a balancing than it is about strength. And you can always take a block and step up to that block. That gives you a little bit of an edge. So from here, let's try something else more fun. Trikonasana, no, not Trikonasana. Firefly. Inhale our arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Placing our palms underneath our feet. We're going to bring our hamstrings, I guess, on the back of our triceps. Walk your feet forward. Keep your arms where they are. Much like the previous position, we're going to gaze forward, trying to bring the weight of our body on the back of our triceps. I'm up. It's really hard on my wrists. Okay, last one. I'm going to come into a headstand. Same kind of positioning as before. We're going to come down to our knees, make like a field goal. So your hands are interlocked together, placing them down on the ground. Take your hairline and place it on the mat, cupping the back part of your head. You can extend your legs here. And you can stay here. The pose is equally beneficial. Or you want to keep your arms in tight for balance. Walk your hands up here. Maybe just come to right here.